Hey guys, Dustin here with Custom Offsets. Today I'm joined by Rainey. We're back with another episode of From the Gallery. So if you don't know, that's where we take your gallery ads, rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being not so hot and 10 being pretty fantastic. If you want to check out all these trucks and more, you can do so in our gallery. Find that customoffsets.com/gallery. Let's do it.
Get to it.
Up first, 2017 Toyota Tacoma. Fuel nuts, 20x10 minus 24s, red dirt road MTs, and a 35 12.5 tire there, and a 6-inch rough country suspension lift kit. This color's loud. This like orange,
Copperish color.
is the grill painted to match on these Tacomas? I don't remember.
It depends on the trim model, but I believe 90% of them are.
Okay. So it is a custom grill, aftermarket taillights.
It's a Tacoma. It's really not my style.
It's definitely very loud. The more I look at the color, I don't know that I hate it. I didn't really like it at first, but I think it's kind of growing on me. But I don't know that it's entirely my style either.
Like the front end's all painted, and then you have a chrome rear bumper.
Yeah.
Normally I like Tacomas, and I'll be quite honest, I'm just personal preference. There's just really nothing to love about this.
All right, let's rate it.
I know it's not a roast your trucks, but
3, 2, 1, 5. Ooh. Yeah, I mean,
you came in low. I was kind of expecting like a 9 or a 10 because Dustin hates conflict.
No, I don't really, it's just not my style. And I think it's what he's got going on is cool. I think a new wheel and tire package, specifically wheel, would completely change this whole truck.
The fuel nuts have been, I think, discontinued for a year or two, and it was dated when it came out. That should have came out in like 2010, but it's a nice daily. It's just, in my opinion, it's very bland.
Yeah, it's just not my cup of tea. I do like the subs and stuff in the back, but anywho, moving on. Up next, 2018 GMC Sierra 2500 HD, American Forces. This time it's the Ridge in 24x14s, a Turo AZ 800s, which is more of the street tire, and a 2-inch leveling kit with the rear drop.
So the fun fact is, like, with those street tires, I had them on my truck before I lifted it. They're actually really not bad for like an all-around tire if you don't have to go off-roading or anything like that. And they stretch really well, and they wear really well.
So Denali, obviously, with just the big, massive chrome grille in the front. I picked that up right away. I love this color, this like, that kind of dark red.
The reds have been growing on me. I actually want ones. And if you're gonna get a Denali, like, everyone's like, oh, I'll get a black Denali. Why not get a richer color? You're already buying a rich, like a rich truck, like
Correct.
Get a rich color to go with it.
Look at the trim on the front bumper there, just whoop.
Got you to swing those 14 wides on a leveling kit.
For real.
On a reverse level.
This thing is hot though. I really enjoy this. I've always enjoyed when guys take trucks like that and then do the drop shackle in the rear, like Sean's Super Duty as well,
Clean and simple.
Yeah.
Not a bad looking truck. And I'm not a GM fan, so that says a lot.
Yeah, it does. Let's rate it. 3, 2, 1, 9.5. I think it's hot. I really, really enjoy this thing.
It's arguably my favorite body style of the newer GM trucks. I mean, it's like mature looking, but it also has an aggressive look, and this thing pulls off both pretty well. 2414s
on a reverse level looks dope, especially with the polished and then the red body. I think is a great
contrast. And it plays well with all the trim too. As you have the polished wheels, the chrome,
here, yeah, it looks really good. I like it. All right, up next, 2017 Ford F-250 fuel forged FF30s in 24x14s again, Fury Country Hunter MTs in a 42 15.5 and a 12-inch Wicked suspension lift kit. It doesn't look that big at first, and then you realize it's like your truck, right? Those are 42s, and you're like, those don't look massive, which tells me that this truck is freaking huge.
That's the thing, is like when you can run 42s or 40s and it looks normal, like a 35 on a like a Super Duty, it's a big truck.
That's big.
And this ain't even a long bed, so like this looks pretty like
proportionate.
Yeah, proportionate. It pulls it off well. The colors are dope.
Yeah, a little splash of color up in like the rain trays there on the doors, and then down below ties well into like the little splash here in the suspension.
And normally like accents colors like don't really play well, in my opinion. But like you have the color in the grill, the color on the bottom, the color on top. And
it just flows really well, yeah. I also like that he went forged wheels, but then they're black. They're black. They're not polished, which is pretty cool.
But it's not 100% my taste, but like the little, it's the little pieces throughout to make it your own, and it works pretty damn good.
All right, let's rate it. 3, 2, 1, 9.
7.
Damn, you were coming in low today.
It's a cool truck. 42s on 24s is huge. Like, My 40s have a lot of sidewall. Like, you know, it's only 2 inches bigger, but I mean, like, it's a
2
big
inches
Johnny.
bigger, you know, yeah.
I have nothing to hate about it by any means. It's just a little bland.
Yeah, I would say that it is, the colors are a little bit undermined for me. You know, you could get a little bit more aggressive with this yet and I think still be okay.
It could be the photos. It looks like a very, you know, like darker overcast day, but if I bought built wheels, I'd get them polished. You just got to, in my opinion.
I didn't realize, check this out. So the orange on the bottom is his amp step.
Yep.
I didn't see that at first, or his power step, I should say.
Other than that, like, it's not a bad looking truck.
All right, up next, 2006 Dodge Ram 2500 Axe Off-Roads. These are the AX 2.0 in a 22x12 Nitto Ridge Graps 3512.5s and a 6-inch Carly suspension lift kit. I love these wheels.
This truck's more up my alley, you know, not to be biased or anything.
I've always been a huge fan of Axe's stuff. They're kind of one of those underrated wheel manufacturers. They're a little bit more on the pricier side, you know, so I think that has something to do with it, but they're flow formed, they're super lightweight.
Yeah, especially for the size, especially like a 2212.
Yeah, you can pick it up one-handed and not struggle, you know, so.
And these, like, every wheel that we've gotten from them that's been in-house is like their fit and finish on them is just beautiful.
Correct. Yeah, those guys do great work. So I'm seeing, looks like aftermarket headlights because it's got the
Yep.
OLED, I believe is the official term. Bonus points for the custom offset sticker.
Yeah, the SRT hood, the
Yep.
grill.
Yeah, it's super cool. That flows really well, and normally I don't like that big cutout in the SRT grills.
It just
you know?
gives it that aggressive
Or
front
hoods,
end.
excuse me. I'm just looking here, not really a whole lot else to talk about. I know he's got some notes down below that says he's got Fox shocks. Let's rate it then.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, 7.
You know, it's a truck. I mean, it's like it's not overbuilt. It's not underbuilt. I mean, the guy from the photos, it looks like he uses it enough to haul trailers.
It does look super good. Obviously, he's in a southern state with all the palm trees, so that helps for
Lucky bastard.
clean trucks. But personally, I think it's a great start. I'd like to see some bumper action going on. Like a high clearance front bumper would really tie this whole thing together, especially with as aggressive as that front end is.
Motherfucking aftermarket bumpers. I'm all about
I'm
stock.
sorry, I love aftermarket bumpers.
Yeah, I like the grill.
Yep.
You know, anything's cleaner than a stock one, but you need something in that grill other than mesh.
Last, but certainly not least, is a 99 Chevy K3500. Fuel hostages in 20x14. Hippo rocker radials, 42x15.5s, and it just says custom lift kit, which I would expect to get something
Probably
this
just
big.
custom leaf springs.
See if he's got any notes. Lift was built at Bad Boys Off-Road Shop in Virginia. Lists their phone number there in case you need to get a hold of them. 12-inch leafs, 3-inch body lift. Holy Christ.
Shut the f up, Jeremy. We're filming.
Love you,
a
Jerry.
vid-
This thing is friggin' huge.
Every Chevy guy loves this body style, and I'll never f***ing understand why. Because it is ugly.
I think it's because most of us, and look, we're about the same age, right? So most of us, when we grew up, if you had a GM truck, this is what you had, because they made this body style for 10 years.
The weird thing though is right, like I am not an OBS Chevy fan.
Yep.
The crew cabs, the crew longs, and the crew long dualies, I fuck with because the crew cabs are very uncommon, at least up here. Because it seems like more OBSs that you see, like, because all the extended cabs and regular cabs rotted out.
Yep.
Everyone's saving the crew cabs because they're few and far between. Like, it's cool, just don't get the hype. Like, that's a lot of fucking work into an old truck.
For real. You're probably 15 G's into the truck, plus the truck at this point, maybe more. You know, it's a lot. So I think it's interesting that he left the stock bumper on this and didn't put like a roll pan on there, because it's so high up now, you know.
You can still get rear-ended by a city bus.
Yeah, I guess.
A smooth, clean axle. Is that a disc brake conversion? Yeah.
Looks like it, yeah. Which is nice. No more drums in the rear.
Those are like super clean axles, like front and rear drive shafts. So you know it might actually get played with off road. I mean, the fucking frame is mint.
Yeah, gorgeous.
So this is someone that like really took time, or someone stole their truck from their grandpa that never drove it. I don't know.
Let's rate it. 3, 2, 1, 8.
7.5.
Yeah, we're close. It's cool. Again, not necessarily the truck that I would build, but it's massive. 16-year-old me would think this truck is just everything I ever wanted.
Ooh.
Wow, look at that interior.
We need to see the alligator interior. I'm sure I confuse people saying like I'm not a big OBS fan, but like respect for respect is due. That thing is stupid clean. That custom
Correct.
Interior, running 42s on an old square body or OBS Chevy is like, it's a lot of fucking around.
It's pretty cool. Well, there you have it, guys. There's another episode of From the Gallery. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Rainey, as always, for joining us. If you like the video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so we can keep making them. And if you want the chance for your truck to be featured, you're going to want to head on over to customoffsets.com/add, and you can add your truck to the gallery there. And that's it.
Bye.
Bye.